But before we get into all of the details of what those law enforcement agencies said earlier today in that press conference, I want to take you to where we are right now and what we're seeing here. We are at the intersection of MCO and Farmington Drive. You can see right behind in this wooded area, this is the area where they found the suspect, Austin Drummond's car that he was driving. It was a 2016 white Audi that had some damage to it. Also immediately behind me, you can see a City of Jackson police car. There were several more police officers who were on the scene here looking potentially for that car, as helicopters are also circling around the area. You might be able to see that one right up there. But again, lots happening at the scene right now. Again, you talked about some of those law enforcement agencies, federal and local, that are investigating this. Later confirmed that the sighting of the suspect, Austin Drummond, was here Wednesday, last seen in Jackson, Tennessee. Law enforcement has been alerted nearby and has alerted residents to stay vigilant and not engage to continue their search for Drummond. And as a reminder of what happened here, a baby was found abandoned in a car in a seat just in front of Dyer County, just in the front yard of Dyer County, just before 4 bodies were found in a wooded area along Carrington Road in neighboring Lake County. That baby is now safe, but investigators do not believe this was a random act of violence, calling it a targeted incident today. The victims were identified as 21-year-old James Wilson, 20-year-old Adriana Williams, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, and 15-year-old Braden Williams. District Attorney General Danny Goodman confirmed today that the baby's parents were victims, James Wilson and Adriana Williams, and Courtney Rose, also killed, was Adriana's and Braden Williams' mother. All 4 victims lived in Dyer County. Officials also pointed to an act of humanity in all of this when the infant was dropped off safely, possibly before or after those murders. They were not able to confirm that information today. Goodman calling Drummond an extremely violent individual, and U.S. Marshals say their goal is for Drummond to peacefully surrender to avoid harm to the public or local law enforcement. A U.S. Marshal spokesperson stated it is not a matter of if, but when he is found.
We would like for him to turn himself in. That will be the goal. The goal would be a safe surrender, and that way we can assure that he's taken into custody safely and that there's no injury to law enforcement or the public. But let me assure you of this: the U.S. Marshal Service will not stop until he is in custody.
And Jackson Police Deputy Chief Derek Tisdale also sounding the alarm, asking residents to stay away from Drummond if they happen to see him and call authorities immediately. Also urging them to stay inside of their homes, lock their doors, as he is still believed to be here somewhere in the Jackson area. A $15,000 reward is now being offered for any information that leads to Drummond's arrest or potential discovery there. And again, TBI officials and other federal and local law enforcement are asking anybody who might spot him to reach out to them if they happen to see him. We'll have much more information for you live tonight at 10, but for now, in Jackson, I'm Lauren Turman, ABC 24 News.